Speaking of. Well, hello. Yeah, welcome back to another episode of the Carnivore Challenge. Today we're doing a cooking tutorial because, you know, the great thing about eating steak and eggs and hamburgers over and over and over, it's a great way to lose weight and get some of your blood work on point and also up in the libido. But you can vary it every now and then. You can switch it up, and that's what we're going to do today. We're going to smoke up and pull and devour a delicious pork butt for pulled pork, because everyone loves pulled pork. It really doesn't. Great thing about it, it is a crowd pleaser. It is cheap. This cost, gosh, I don't even know. It's like 14 bucks. Yeah, because shoulder blade pork butt is extremely economical cut, and it does take time, but once you do, it's amazing. And this is going to take about 8 hours. It's the night before right now. We're going to get the rub on, let it sit in all there, and tomorrow put it on the smoker, 275, 5 hours on, 3 hours wrapped, and it's just going to be delicious, delicious out there. Now, this is the Aaron Franklin pulled pork recipe, Franklin's Barbecue in beautiful Austin, Texas. Primarily known for pork, and I've tried out a bunch of pulled pork recipes, but I like this one. Oh, sorry, Franklin, known for beef. Yeah, but I really like this one, and you guys know me, I like keeping things as simple and ghetto as possible, so no injecting, no brining, anything like that. We're just gonna put the rub on, and it is all like Donkey Kong. To help the rub stick, we got some olive oil, we got some sriracha mayo, and when you're looking at rubs and marinades and whatnot, the real key part of it is look for the sugar. And especially like barbecue rubs, or I mean, there's dozens of them on the shelves. There's always some sort of like weird wackiness in there, whether it be like partially hydrogenated blah 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 or high fructose corn syrup, and it's just not worth it. So just make your own. This is the rib rub that we have, and then I added a little bit more salt and pepper, because here's the great thing about the pork butt is that it has so much surface area, but it still has so much meat on the interior that it's really difficult to over-season a pork butt. And what you really want is a nice dark crust on the outside. You want that bark, because that's where the flavor is. And when you chop it up, I like to pull it, and then also I like to chop. Yeah. And then you want a little bite of that bark in every single mouthful, and that's just the way that you go. So what we do is really heavy on the salt, kosher salt, and also coarse ground black pepper. Then what we do is garlic powder, onion powder, chili powder, a little bit of cumin, and some paprika for some color, and also one little secret thing. No, I'm just kidding. A little bit of cayenne pepper. Yeah. And mustard adds another little layer of flavor, and the olive oil generally just to make it stick. And also, once it hits it out there, it will help add to the color a little bit as well. And then once we do get it all rubbed up, we're actually going to put it on the rack for the smoker itself, because if we just set it flat on the pan overnight, well, it'll be a tendency where it will just stick to the pan. And then once we lift that bad boy up, we just have a naked pork butt. We got the rub on the pan. Ain't nobody got time for that. So let's get this thing seasoned up. Got a beautiful 9 pounds worth of pork butt. Love it. Gonna be a good time. So what I always like to do is you have a clean hand and then you have a wet hand. And usually you can wear gloves, but don't have any gloves today. What can you do? First thing I'm gonna do, put a nice little coat of olive oil on there, just to get it even more moist and ready to adhere to the rub. Really like the fat side as well. We're gonna cook this thing fat side up, and it's gonna be nice too. Like once that thing gets crisp, gets rendered down, and really gets crackling, you have a nice layer of flavor coming in there as well. Got our sriracha mayo, and again, also very key, looking at the ingredients, if that can focus, maybe not, but 0 grams of sugar. That's always gonna be what you're looking for, whether it's condiments, whether it's in some sort of spice mixture. Ain't nobody got time for that sugar. There's plenty of other great flavors out there. Like, why do we have to waste time with sugar, right? Alright, so we got the mustard on both sides, and you know, like we said before, be super liberal with this because you can really do no wrong. Alright, so I like to pat it in, and then also for the sides, just cup like this. Just sort of funnel the rub onto the sides there. Yeah, I can really smell that cumin. It's really good stuff. Also, a great spot for spices, believe it or not, Walmart and Costco. Walmart, it's, you know, you can buy little bottles of specialized spices for $1 or $2 a piece. And Costco, of course, we all know and love my affection for Costco. So, got this side rubbed up. Like we said, we're going to put the rack below. There we go, baby. And do the fat side as well. Yeah, get it. Make sure we have a nice, even coat. And overall, not too concerning about having it be presentation ready, since we're going to shred this thing up anyways. It's not like we're going to slice it up and present as is. But still, super nice and pretty. Once you open up that smoker, then you just got a nice black bark. Alright, so that's it. Easy peasy. We're going to let this thing sit in the fridge covered overnight, and we're ready to smoke it at 6 a.m. tomorrow. So we're 5 hours in on our pork butt, and just look at that nice little delicious looking bark that we got going on here. We're going to wrap it up and finish it actually in the oven for 3 hours, because you know, once you get a wrap, you're not going to get any smoke onto it. So, I mean, ambient heat is ambient heat. So we're going to just take it out. Spray a little bit of vinegar. A little apple cider vinegar on our foil. Make sure everything stays nice and moist all up in there. Picking up our pork butt, baby. Ah, yeah. There we go. Spray that up. Make sure everything's nice and moist. This thing is just gonna basically braise its own juices and a little bit of the vinegar for 3 hours. So 275, and we'll be ready to go. And we'll rest it for about half an hour. Grab away here. See if it escapes. Apparently I got jelly on it. Yeah, the kid had English muffin toast with some jelly this morning. We're good to go. And we're just really happy how it turned out. Look at that thing. Look at that deliciousness. You got dark little bits of the bark mixed in with that juicy meat. You got some of that money muscle in there as well. And we like keeping it as simple. Onions, hot sauce, and vinegar. That is all you need. Subscribe to our channel. Keep following along with the Carnivore Challenge, and also we got more recipe stuff coming up. But you know, speaking of keeping it just simple and ghetto,